Hello, family. Uh, what we're going to talk about today on Can We Talk with Juel podcast, proudly sponsored by fundraisingcup.org Ministries, is not a theory. It's not an exaggeration, and it's not even for entertainment purposes. This episode is a warning, a testimony, and a call to action. Because as I continue interviewing and sitting with targeted individuals, what I'm learning is beyond disturbing. It's heartbreaking. It's infuriating. And it's a national emergency. Today, we're talking about how greed destroys families, how covert networks and occult groups weaponize access, how targeted individuals are silenced through illegal surveillance, how children are being spiritually, academically, and physically attacked, how intimidation, including noise campaigns, is used to break people down, and how systems filled with members of these fraternal orders cover for each other. This is the episode many are afraid to make. But I'd rather be remembered for standing for something than sitting for anything. First, let's talk about when greed turns loved ones into adversaries. You know, guys, greed is a funny thing. It can turn loved ones you grew up with, people you admired, people who felt like counsel, into your worst enemies. For many targeted individuals, it happens so fast. They don't even have time to heal from the trauma before they're forced to run, to protect themselves and their children from impending harm. And when, you ask, why? When you dig beneath the layers, you hear the same motive over and over again. Inheritance, life insurance, business models stolen, financial access. And the sad part is, they seemingly get away with it over and over again. Because they have assistance, guys, from dark occult networks, with members sitting inside our very own government agencies. Agencies that were supposed to protect the innocent. Let's talk about the list, the surveillance, and the silencing. Once these targeted individuals are placed on certain watch lists, the doors open for illegal surveillance, harassment, stalking, coordinated group attacks, privacy violations, and in some cases, attempts on their lives. And here's the question no one wants to answer. When the people targeting you are in positions of authority, who do you report it to? When are the illicit fraternal orders in law enforcement, intelligence agencies, Homeland Security, local police departments, judges, private investigators, lawyers, etc., who protects the victims? Because once their names hit those lists, they are marked for dead. And the game? Well, that becomes, how far can we go? What crimes can we commit? Who can we tell the victim is crazy to discredit them? You know, the average person cannot conceive that a group would go that far to steal something. But it's happening every day. And what hurts the most, I guess, for me, is when children become targets. And here's the part that shakes me every time. Not only are adults being targeted, the children are too. These individuals will attack children physically, academically, digitally, and spiritually. Why? Well, because children are often the heirs to the inheritance, to the life insurance, to the property, to the assets. So if a child inherits everything, when a parent dies, then harming or discrediting the parent becomes part of the plan. And some loved ones, or those aligned with them, turn to religious occult groups for assistance in carrying out these attacks. In doing so, they not only sacrifice the adult victim, but they also offer up the children to be trafficked, physically and digitally. Some even weaponize social services with false reports, fabricated claims, attempts to seize custody, all designed to finish the job and gain access to stolen assets. The horrors targeted children face, guys. And I want you to hear this clearly. I always believed children were off limits, but they are not. These people will attempt kidnapping, poison food, use spiritual warfare, spiritually stalk and attack, conduct noise campaigns directed at children, apply pressure on their small bodies and spirits, physically harm them, digitally track and harass them, even use directed methods that make their little bodies numb. And these children, they don't even know why adults are tracking them in the first place. They don't understand the motive. They don't understand the greed. They are clueless. Yet, they are suffering. And that is where we, as a society, must draw the line. I'm calling a national emergency. The greed has reached epic levels in communities that have dehumanized these victims, viewing them as casualties of war in a battle over wealth that the perpetrators never earned. This is why I do what I do, guys, at fundraisingcup.org Ministries. This is why I speak. This is why I interview victims. This is why I raise awareness in every room I enter. Many are afraid to speak up because they know who's involved. Because the tentacles reach into FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, local law enforcement, judges, lawyers, agencies meant to protect children and families. But silence is not an option. I'd rather stand alone in truth than sit comfortably inside a lie. My prayer and my call for the good guys. May God continue to use me, even when my voice shakes, to advocate for those who cannot defend themselves, especially our children, because they cannot fight this program. They cannot name it. They cannot report it. They cannot protect themselves. And to the good guys in law enforcement, the ones who still have integrity, the ones who still hear God's voice, we need you right now, not later, not when the timing is right, now, because innocent people are being persecuted, hunted, violated, tracked, sabotaged, financially stripped, spiritually attacked, pushed towards staged mental illness diagnosis, driven towards danger. And someone, somewhere, needs to start collecting the data, reviewing the deleted reports, reading the ignored submissions, and paying attention to the social media tags that victims have been begging for help throughout the years. We cannot wait another stage mental illness label that's made to silence the victim. We cannot wait for another attempted murder, physical or spiritual at that. We cannot wait for another arson attempt, another child harmed, another family destroyed, another innocent person discredited to cover someone else's greed. This is the moment. This is the cry. This is the call to action. And to every targeted individual listening to me today, I see you. I hear you. God has not forgotten you, and neither will I. This is Can We Talk with Juel? I am your host, and today we just talked about it. Bye, guys.
Bye.